Speaking of funny and handsome, I have another gentleman come to the stage who works here and all over the clubs and colleges on the East Coast, Mr. Chris Garvey. Everybody, Chris Garvey!
Yeah. How's everybody doing tonight? Good? Good. Great. I gotta be honest, I'm not doing too hot. No, I'm not sick or anything. It's just, I'm not drunk either, you know. That may sound bad, but, you know, I'm trying this comedy thing, right? I mean, operative word being trying, but, you know, it's not easy. And I have people asking me all the time, you know, how do you get up here on stage and tell these crappy jokes that you come up with? And I tell the same thing to everyone all the time. I say, I get wasted. I get completely wasted, you know. I'm talking like horse tranquilizer and grain alcohol wasted. You know, anything I get my hands on, get me up stage and, you know, make a fool out of myself in front of you people. But I'm beginning to think I have a problem, you know. And so this morning I woke up and I had one of those epiphany moments. I said, enough's enough. You know, this is it. You know, tonight's it's a big night for me. This is my it's my first sober gig. So cheers to that, everyone. No, but, you know, I have a lot to be thankful for. I recently passed my STD test. I don't know if you guys have taken this. It's a tough test. It's not easy. I mean, you can't study for it, right? You can't cheat on it, and if you do fail, then you're going to have to lie. I mean, why? But you're going to have to become a liar in order to have some form of a sex life, you know? Because if you're lucky enough to bring someone home back to your apartment, I mean, the odds of you telling them you have chlamydia are probably pretty rare. But no, that's not cool. That's not cool. Lying about STDs is not cool. I don't know what I'm turning into, really. I'm chemically dependent. You know, I'm lying. Just last week I lied. I was filling out my Match.com profile. And guys, you know, when they ask you if you're circumcised or not, I put down occasionally. I still feel terrible about that, but. You know, circumcision, that's pretty messed up. You know, I can't wrap my head around it. You know, you have a newborn infant son and you pass him off to a complete stranger to cut his little penis with a knife. You know, it's, I don't get it. I mean, if someone could help me explain, I think it's the religious types, right? They're fueling this circumcision craze. You know, we have to modernize these religions, folks. You know, we're gonna be in the dark ages, right? We gotta ban circumcision. Right, we have to let the gays marry, right? We with that? We got to let the priests marry. We have to let the priests marry. You know, we have to start using smaller stones, you know, when we stone people. Seems fair. But, you know, we also have to let the Orthodox rabbis bathe regularly. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. Summertime is here. It's getting hot down in the subways. You know, we all see these guys, right? You know, they're walking around, they got the black three-piece friggin' black wool suits on, the beaver pelt hats, they're sweating up a storm. I empathize, I feel for them, but I got two words for these guys, bubble bath, you know? Take one. It's an enjoyable experience, I enjoy it, you know. If not for yourself, then for your fellow subway commuters. But speaking of religion, I was watching porn the other day, and yeah, it got me thinking, I mean, is porn good for you? You know, I mean, you know, we have one answer, but there's two sides to every story, sir. You know, how do I really benefit from watching, like, Throat Gaggers 39? I mean, how many married couples' sex lives are really enhanced by, you know, cum shot compilation videos? I can't imagine too many, but... Speaking of cum, I was walking around Central Park the other day, and I went up this little wooded path, and I came upon a clearing, and it was one of these gay cruising spots. I don't know if you know about these. Yeah. We had all these diverse, you know, sketchy, pervy guys lurking in the woods. You know, they're all there for the same thing. You know, they weren't there to beautify the park with a little volunteer work or practice Tai Chi. They were there to blow each other in the bushes. You know, friendly bunch of guys, though. Maybe a little too friendly, but I had some time to kill. But I realized something, you know, maybe I'm onto something. I think the gays are happier than the straights, you know, at least the married straights. Report came out a few weeks ago, I don't know if you heard about this, said 60% of 60% of married people are unhappy. 60%, you know. So I was trying to wrap my head around this. So you're telling me if you're bored and you're undersexed and you hate the person you fall asleep next to every night, you won't be happy? You know? I mean, this is some groundbreaking research. I have some assertions of my own. We don't even have to do the studies. I mean, we can go right to the hypothesis, you know. Top of my head, let me think. Like most effeminate boys, they grow up to become gay, right? We can all agree on that? Many hot Puerto Rican chicks, they tend to get pregnant during their teenage years. And all people who go yachting vote Republican, right? I don't know. I get mad at the yachting Republicans, I do, but I also get mad at the bleeding heart liberals. I was in Central Park last week, you know, again with the Central Park, but you know, they have the horses and they're drawing the carriages and whatnot. And all I heard all day was, oh, I feel so bad for the horse. Oh, it's so hot out, I can't even look, blah, blah, blah. Give me a fucking break. You know, what else is a horse gonna do in New York City but pull fat tourists around the park, you know? What other skills do they have? You know, then they say, well, how would you like it? How would you like it if you had to do this? Well, I wouldn't, you know, but I'm also not a member of the equine family. You know? And I have a little more to offer society than just eating and shitting and getting hard-ons all day. Well, maybe not too much more, but I think you got the point. Thank you very much. Have a great night.
Chris Garvey, everybody. Very funny.